Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here. Facebook gave me a little challenge right off. I had to reboot and come back in again, so forgive me for being a couple minutes late. It's great to see you this morning. Thanks for being here. If you're out there and you want to give me a little message and say hello, let me know you're there, maybe a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. So let's begin our day as we do with our breathing practice. And so we begin by breathing in through our nose, holding, and then breathing out through our mouth. In through the nose, hold, out through the mouth. In through the nose, hold, out through the mouth. And let's continue. In through the nose, hold, out through the mouth. Let's shake our fingers, wiggle our toes, and get back in to ourselves, into our bodies, which are actually just the vehicle for ourselves. Good morning, Shireen. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. So the beginning of today, as is the beginning of every day, is I am the presence of God wherever I am, and all is well. I am forever to forever. I am eternal. I am truth. I am love. I am divine understanding. I am wisdom. I am whole. I am all. I am the presence of all that is. All that is I am. I am is the most powerful two words in the whole language, regardless which language states it. I am. We create, it says in biblical reference, in Genesis, and the reason I reference biblical is because it's what's the most common spiritual book read or quoted or desired to be used in the Western world. We could quote the Bhagavad Gita. We could quote the teachings of Buddha. We could quote Lao Tzu. We could quote Bhakti Das. We could quote Paramahansa Yogananda. But the one that's most familiar to we here in the Western world, or better yet, in the United States of America, is the Bible. And in the Bible, it says, and God created man and looked and said, it's good. And then God said, I am manifesting that these, the expression of me, God, have dominion over this whole earth, over this three-dimensional plane, and are able to and intended to be creative. They are made in the image and likeness of me, God. That's God talking, all there is. So with the understanding that I am creative power in this three-dimensional plane, it's important to realize how that power manifests through me. It is already in me. I don't have to create it. It's already there. I am it. I am the presentation of all that is here on earth every minute. Now, I'm sure some of you who watch me frequently go, Paul, you say the same stuff all the time. But the reality is, repetition is imperative. Because we, human beings, have been conditioned to believe that we, in this physical manifestation, are damaged, are wrong, are not enough, require salvation, and therefore we operate, generally speaking, without practice, we operate from lack. We operate from there is not enough of whatever. I, Mystic Paul, am here to tell you that is the great lie. The great lie is, I am not enough. I am not good enough. I am not smart enough. I am not rich enough. I am not whatever enough. The reality is, I am all. I am the manifestation of divine consciousness right here and right now. Yet, for that to be the real consciousness of my experience, I must overcome the lie, the training, the conditioning that this three-dimensional experience lays upon me. The trick here is to realize I am the presence of God and speak it as so into my life. Free will is the operating system in this three-dimensional plane for we spiritual beings being human. We have to announce, we have to proclaim, I am the presence. I am. I am. I am. repetition over and over and over and over. Now we can experience an epiphany. We can experience an inspired moment. We not only can, but do experience enlightening moments. Yet the practice is to remind ourselves that that moment is a glimpse to all that is, and that all the other stuff that we've created out of conditioning in this reality. We must choose. At one point, the Christ of Jesus was in the temple. In the Gospels, at one point, the Christ of Jesus was in the temples. And he was talking to the Pharisees, and he was talking to not the priests, but the rabbis. And he was saying to them that I, the Christ of Jesus, I am, have arrived to say to you that there are now new laws. I bring to you new law. And the new law is there are only two requirements to be in the practice. And those are to love God and to love your neighbor as yourself. Now, those two replaced some 800 plus daily practices that each member of the Hebrew faith were required to practice every day to be on the beam of spiritual practice, which was in fact impossible. And so that supported the whole concept that I am not enough. And the Christ in Jesus was here to acknowledge that the presence of God is within, the kingdom of heaven lies within, and all is well. Love God, who lives in the kingdom of heaven, who resides within thee, and love your fellow man who is exactly like you, and the presence of God wherever that being is, as yourself, because that's what's true. And practice that, and practice that. And so, how do we do that? We do that through affirming the presence I am. And in the process of affirming the presence I am, we eliminate what I am not. When I express I am the presence of God wherever I am, I overcome not enough. It immediately pushes it out. Now, as soon as I stop saying it, it rushes right back in. It's just like clearing water away from the drain in the sink. You clear it away, it rushes right back in. You clear it away, it rushes right back in. You clear it away, it rushes right back in until it's all gone. down the drain. The fear, down the drain. The not enough, down the drain. We have been taught that we experience all that there is to experience by an accumulation of material things. My darlings, that is not true. What is true is we experience all there is all the time, whether we like it or not. And we have everything all the time. All we have to do is say so. Something happens in our world that we're not prepared for, and we say automatically, well, I don't know what to do. When the appropriate statement is, I have solution. Or better yet, I am solution. And wait and state, I am solution. I am divine power. I know the answer. And then take the next appropriate action to fulfill that incredible understanding. Good morning, Mary Lee. And peace is a correct presentation. I am peace. I am at peace. We are so conditioned to believe that we're one and done, that to hold myself accountable to on a regular daily basis, day in and day out, state over and over and over, I am the presence of all there is and all is well. In the face of everything, all is well. All is well. All is well. I am the presence of God wherever I am. My body is my vehicle. I am the divine presence that activates, that animates this body. Relieve oneself from the idea that I am this body. And if I don't do everything there has to be done and do it right in this 180-year period, then there's no hope for me. I'll never be able to understand what's going on. And release yourself from that by stating over and over and over and over, I am the presence of God wherever I am. All is well. These are prayers beseeching God outside of yourself to provide you with some sort of magic experience is not prayer. That's begging. Acknowledging that all there is present in me in every minute opens up the floodgates for everything to manifest. We create the reality we experience. We create the reality we experience. When we say, I am not enough, that's what manifests. I am all that is. I am taken care of. I am joy. I am love. I am peace. Practice, practice, practice. Even in our three-dimensional manifestations, we have clues to how it works. If you want to memorize something, which many of us who are my age, 68 or in that vicinity, remember well because we had to memorize in our educational process, and we learned that repetition is the vehicle to memorization. Write it 100 times. Read it over and over and over and over. Say it over and over and over and over. Do your spelling words over and over and over and over. Do your multiplication tables over and over and over and over. Sing A, B, C, D, E, F, G over and over and over with correction along the way. That's how it becomes ingrained, so that there's very little or no thought about it. Everything else is ingrained in us exactly the same way. And the only way to remove what is not so and replace it with what is so is to, through repetition, rout out what is untrue. I am the presence of God wherever I am. You are the presence of God wherever you are. I acknowledge you as the presence of God. Be well and say every moment of every breath of every day, all is well. All is well. Namaste. Namaste.